Hi everyone, we're Capital TV and this is the Capital Calls, your weekly news update. This feature is presented in collaboration with the Indian Private Equity and Venture Capital Association. First up, investments in India. Wealth management startup Asset Plus secures investment to help customers manage investments better. Wealth management startup Asset Plus has raised $3.6 million in a Series A funding round led by Bhupinder Singh from InCred and Nitin Kamath from Rain Matter. The round, which was an equity round, saw participation from venture capitalists and angel investors including Swareep Kittu Koluru, Amit Nanavati and Kedar Kulkarni among others. EV startup Moving secures $5 million to add 10k EVs to its fleet. EV startup Moving has raised $5 million in a follow-on seed funding round in a mix of equity and debt capital. The round saw participation from investors including Beyond Tech, GCC Family Offices, Stride One, TradeCred, N+1 Capital, and Nitish Mitresame from Nazara Technologies. Tiger Global marks its first seed stage bet in e-commerce enablement startup ShopFlow. E-commerce enablement startup ShopFlow has secured $2.6 million in a seed funding round from Tiger Global and TQ Ventures. Better Capital and other angel investors also participated in the round. This is the first time that Tiger Global is investing in seed-stage startup. E-commerce enablement startup GoQuick secures $35 million to enter international market. GoQuick has secured $35 million in a Series B round led by Think Investments and RTP Global. The startup offers checkout and UPI solutions to help improve checkout conversion rates, ensuring higher GMV realizations, increase profitability, reduce customer acquisition cost, and increase delivery rates. EdTech startup Inertia raises $15 million to expand NEP programs. The Bengaluru-based EdTech startup Inertia has raised $15 million from ADM Capital in a mix of debt and equity. As part of the deal, Inertia's existing investors, Venturies, will exit from the company and its shares will be held by ADM Capital. The fresh capital will be deployed to grow Inertia's National Education Policy 2020 programs, develop tech stack, and strengthen its global education network. D2C startup Schematic backs $16 million to expand to Japan, France, and other countries. D2C startup Schematic, which develops educational games and learning resources, has raised $16 million in a Series B funding round led by Brussels-led Sofina, with participation from existing investors Sequoia Capital India and Janaj Dhanani Family Office. Fintech startup Multiple backs $3 million to help people invest and plan their expenses better. Fintech startup Multiple has secured $3 million in a pre-Series A funding round led by Bloom Ventures, GrowX Ventures, IIFL, and Kotak Securities Limited. The fresh capital will be used to increase investment options on the platform and help users plan their expenses better. Kono raises funding from RTP Global Better Capital for its home constructions marketplace. Home construction marketplace Colo has raised $4 million in seed funding round. The round saw participation from VC firm RTP Global and existing investor Better Capital. The fresh capital will be used to expand Colo's footprint, hire talent, and increase its product offerings, including a content recommendation engine, community offerings, and digital portfolio, as well as tools. Byju's-led Great Learning acquires Northwest Executive Education for $100 million. EdTech startup Byju's group company Great Learning has acquired Singapore-based Northwest Executive Education for about $100 million in a stock and a cash deal. According to a report, the acquisition will help Northwest Executive Education and Great Learning expand their offerings across markets such as India, the US, Europe, and Latin America. That's it from Capital Calls India. Tune in next week for more such weekly updates.